Hello and welcome to my F124 driver career mode, here today for part 43 for the Italian Grand Prix. We've come to qualifying now and we've been given a great time by George and the Mercedes, but we're catching too quick and not really wanting to get off the racing line, and he's blocked us into the final corner at the parabolic of that. Still giving us a decent time as we come up to the line. We cross it, and that's good enough for P2. But he's still giving us a good time, but there's cars everywhere as we have to go through the gap. Leclerc goes on provisional pole as we go for another lap on the same set of tyres. And now at the end of that lap we got purple in the first sector. The car behind us is George, he's just stayed behind us. As now we come up to the line, and that puts us back into provisional P2. Now our final run at the end, we fortunately couldn't improve, but despite going purple in the first sector we are down 3/10 and we will start the race P3.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, and it's Fernando Alonso alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Brown, Norris, Albon, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Hamilton, Russell, Perez, Ocon, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Joe, Stroll, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Sargent, and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. We are almost ready to take the start of the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Here we go into the Italian Grand Prix. Can Leclerc get another win for Ferrari and Monza? It's Alonso, and away we go. We've got a lot of wheel spin, but it's a great start by Fernando Alonso. It's poor by Charles Leclerc. We are going to absolutely send it late on the brakes. We've got Leclerc. Try and go round the outside of Alonso. We have to really back out of it to avoid contact. And Leclerc has got us back there at turn 2. We nearly got into the lead. I think we briefly were in the lead. Now we're all over the back of Ferrari, trying to make it less than Martin 1-2. We go inside, we go outside, we go back to the inside. Leclerc covers us off, but now we've got him offline, but we're too far back to even think of having to go down the inside at Gillesmo. But we're all over the back of the Ferrari. It's been a poor opening half by Leclerc, and now we're right in the tyre tracks. As we get closer and closer to him, he's going to go defend it to the inside. He cuts us off as we go for another dummy. But this time, we're ahead. Alonso's in the lead, and we are now P2, and Leclerc from pole is down to P3. This is Alonso absolutely nailing the start, and that is a great launch for him. As further back, this is Valtteri Bottas slowing down in the Sauber pointless still this season, and Bottas' day is over after just a lap and a half, and now we're caught at the back of Alonso to try and win this Italian Grand Prix. We're looking for back-to-back wins at Monza, and we're doing the old switcheroo, and we've got Alonso for the lead into turn 1, and hopefully now we can get away. But the DRS and straight line speed is so powerful around here, we couldn't quite break away. Leclerc is very much still in the mix here, as Alonso goes nearly off the track to the inside to try and find the way through. He's got the extra straight line speed with the DRS, and he's got us, and we're going to break later. It's like it was at turn 1. on lap 1, and it's the same outcome as we have to back out to avoid contact. Alonso re-overtakes us, but lap 6 we're going for it again on Fernando Alonso. This time we bank to the right, we go to the left, the outside line, and this time Alonso backs out way before the corner and practically gives us the lead off the Grand Prix. But now heading down towards the Leclerc chicane, Alonso pulls to the outside. We're now side by side, we just have the extra straight line speed with the battery, despite Alonso having the DRS. Is now we head towards the final corner. Alonso still going to have some great straight line speed here. He's going to go to the outside, he cut him off. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc's got an absolute launch of the century to get down the inside of Alonso. Can he get the job done? Alonso still hanging it around the outside. It's side by side. Leclerc's just ahead. Alonso retakes the lead just. Leclerc back ahead. And now he tries to go for it on us, but he has to back out of it. He goes to the inside, he hasn't backed out of it, and he's spun us round, and we're facing the wrong way.
Okay,
Leclerc's here to spun us round.
The safety
car
Keep an eye on the
is
delta.
out. And what is Charles Leclerc doing there? We've got away without damage. Fernando Alonso has picked up damage on his end plate, but it's now Alonso pits, so does George. We're going to stay out because we're going to cost us so much time, but literally everyone is coming in. We're the only car that has stayed out, and this might be a big strategy mistake, but as all the big teams, Ferrari blocking off Mercedes blocking off Red Bull, and now McLaren blocking off Ferrari. The queue in the pit lane has completely ruined the big teams' races. They're all falling down to the back, and as the two Alpines now hold each other up, it's been pulled by Albon as well. He got caught up in the incident, and that has completely shaken things up. We're not going to be able to pit. We've committed now. We're going to have to stay out. Ocon's dropped all the way down to last. We've caught the safety car queue. There is Fernando Alonso pitted, and in the Sauber, Sauber pointless this season, now finds himself P3. How the race has changed so quickly, with all the big teams blocking each other in the pit stops. This is a replay of Alonso's point of view from the incident. You can see Leclerc just goes so late, and then Alonso can't avoid us spinning around in front of us. But look at Leclerc here. He backs out, and then the gap isn't there, but he goes for it anyway and taps us round. We've done absolutely nothing wrong there. We've placed our car perfectly in the middle of the track, and Leclerc has just still absolutely sent it late, really late down the inside. And now Albon, that's why he fell down, because he's just sat behind the Ferrari as everyone ghosting through. I think there was contact there with the Mercedes. So this is a replay now of Joy's pit stop. You can see him coming down the pit lane, everyone blocking each other off, and Sauber being right at the other end. He's just benefited from it. It was a bit slow on the front right tyre, but he's just found himself in P3, and also Yuki Tsunoda benefited from that as well. He's now P5, just behind Oscar Piastri. So the safety car is going to be in at the end of this lap, but under the safety car, Max has retired with an issue which could present a big opportunity to gain some points back on the Red Bull driver. In terms of the championship, it's probably impossible for us to win this race now, because we still have to pit unless a miracle happens. But Alonso, currently P3 in the drivers, could find his way at a fourth world title. But we're back racing now. We're breaking the tie from Alonso. We need to pull away from him and build the biggest gap possible. As Joe comes under pressure from Piastri, and he cracks under the pressure, and Piastri goes through and he loses out onto the podium. They're surely helping out is just to stay in the points. I'd love to see him get a point. As now we lead from Alonso as Joe tried to get Piastri back, but that wasn't going to happen. It's now lap 12. It pulled 2 seconds to Alonso, but absolutely flying. But it's not enough. The pit window's open, the tyres still all right. But of course we are going to start to lose out to the fresher hard tyres, but we should have fresher tyres at the end as Oscar Piastri goes right round the outside of Fernando Alonso. Alonso is struggling a bit now because of that front wing damage, as now to the outside goes Alonso to retake the position from Oscar Piastri. Piastri holds it around the outside, so on to lap 14. Now we come to the end of lap 14. We've kept the gap to those behind. Piastri and Alonso continue to battle, but that's going to be for the lead now as we make our one stop of the day. It's going to be 13 laps then on the hard tyres. We're going to have quite a big tyre offset, which hopefully will help us towards the end of the race, but points now. If we had just pitted under the safety car, we may have lost out to Alonso, but we would have still been in the fight and we could have got our way through. I'm sure we've got a quick race car today, but points now. It's really just aim, and it's another win this season that's got away from us. We're going to need a miracle now if we want to win this one. As up front, Alonso still trying to get past Oscar Piastri to the inside now, round the outside at the front, at turn 2. He's got the job done, and Joe now back into P3. Round the outside, Piastri gets him back. Joe tried to have a look, and now he's right on the back of Fernando Alonso. Piastri has broken away slightly from the Aston Martin, and now Joe might have a look, but so will Charles Leclerc. Round the outside of Joe he goes, tries to get Alonso round the outside. Can he get him on the exit? No, he can't. But Piastri has massively pulled away from Alonso. Now Alonso struggling with that front wing, and Leclerc trying to get a win for Ferrari at Monza to the inside. Down the inside he goes, now holds it around the outside, and that's a much cleaner move on Alonso than he attempted on us, as we've been absolutely flying on the Haas. We've taken seconds a lap out of the 2 Haases who are really struggling this season. We've got one of them in Hulkenberg, and now we're all over the back of Logan Sargent as Leclerc and Alonso go wheel to wheel again. Leclerc round the outside keeps him behind, and now here we go down the straight into the final corner, round the outside of Logan Sargent. Now we can get down the road after Lando Norris, who's having an absolute shocker of a day as well. I think he's got damage. We go to the outside of the McLaren and we get the job done. Lando, who's had some decent races in a row, has really brought himself back in the shot of the title, but it's looking hard for him today. As now Alonso goes for it again on Charles Leclerc to the outside. Leclerc is going to hold it around the outside. Alonso once more can't get the exit. As now this is Joe coming into pressure by George. Joe really hasn't got the pace. There's so much quicker cars around him, and George looks to have got him here. They're side by side, and look at Sergio Perez has done the double move. What a move by Perez. A bit of an aggression. He's literally been absolutely nowhere this season as Joe goes round the outside of by George Russell, and Tsunoda's been done on the outside there by Esteban Ocon, and we're catching this battle quite quickly here, and by lap 24, just 3 laps to go, we've really caught it, and we've got a very good chance at points now, because this is a big DRS train. We're on the back of Lance Stroll. We're just going to go for the lunge down the inside. We've got 3 cars there. We've got Alonso, we've got Hamilton in the Ferrari, and we've got the Alpine of Ocon, and now we're all over the back of the Mercedes of Carlos Sainz. As we head down towards the second chicane, going to go for it up the inside, and it's job done on the Mercedes now, and we are just 1 place off of the top 10. But just down the road of this big pack is the top 5, as this is Tsunoda trying to go to the inside of Joe. He's really pinched himself to the inside, and we are going to pull an absolute welding all the way round the outside at the Parabolica. And Tsunoda, that is the move of the season, and now we try and go to the outside of Joe, get him as well, and we're into P8, and the leaders from P2 downwards aren't that far away up the order. There's still a chance we can get a podium in this race, which after the start has looked impossible, as now we overtake the Alpine of Gasly nearly. We get him round the outside. Perez fends off George, and George is offline, and we've just absolutely done him and flown past him like it's not even there, and now roll over the back of Sergio Perez, going on to the final lap of what's been an incredible comeback drive. We're going to go to the outside and pass Sergio Perez down into turn 1, and the gap in front, you can see him, that pack in front goes from P6 where we are all the way to P2. We could still get a podium, we could still get a P2 today. You can see how close we are to the battle, but we're going to run out of corners unless we have a big lunge. We're also setting the sectors alive as we've gone purple in the first sector. You can see the battle now. We're all over the back of Charles Leclerc, which would be great redemption after he wiped us out, and it's the reason we're in this situation in the first place. There's now 1 more corner to go in what's been an incredible Grand Prix. We're going to be too far back surely on Charles Leclerc, but we're going to brake later, carry a bit more speed, with our extra grip, go to the inside, and we've got him at the final corner. Can we get Alonso? No, we have to settle for P5.
Heading to the top step of the podium one more time, Oscar Piastri takes the victory.
You always look back at a race like this and think, if I'd just made that mistake there or locked up here, there would have been contact. And every one of those overtakes is a moment where you have to absolutely nail it, perfect it, and that's exactly what they're able to do today. Great stuff indeed.
And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race for the McLaren team, and I'm very happy to see them there on the top step of the podium.
So Oscar Piastri wins what is an incredible Grand Prix. Really everything happened behind him in the end once he got past Alonso and broken a DRS and disappeared down the road. Great day for Williams as well. Albon won a comeback drive after he was right down at the back after the pit stops as well. Ricciardo having a good day for once, P3, and then Alonso really could have won today, but had that contact with us. That end plate damage really cost him today, and we round out the top 5 after an incredible drive, after being basically last after the pit stops, to still finish in the top 5. One more lap though, and I think we could have got P2, but it is ultimately another win that's got away from us. If we'd have just pitted under the safety car, I feel like we could have won that race because we were so quick. but it's the way it goes sometimes at Formula 1. It's another one that slipped through our fingers. Also towards the bottom of the top 10, Joe did hold on to the P10 to get Sauber's first points of the season. Races like that, you've got to be there, and he was. Tsunoda dropped out of the top 10 though. And then down at the back, 2 retirements. Bottas went out early on, Max also retiring, Logan Sargent once again was the final finisher of the day. In terms of the Drivers' World Championship now, Alonso has re-overtaken Lando after Lando's poor day. The gap now is 52 points, so it's still 2 race wins. We are now 69 points behind Max. I think it might be too far for us now. And then down at the back, there's still a couple of drivers still yet to score. Joe, for once, finally this season, isn't one of them. After that P10, it is still though Logan Sargent who is bottom. And then in terms of the constructors, Red Bull took the lead after our double DNF in Zandvoort last time out, but a poor result means we've retaken the lead of the constructors. We now have a 4-point lead, and McLaren are really essing to Red Bull as well. They're just 13 points off of us now as well, so we need to watch out for them. Haas are now the only team still yet to score. So that's been your Italian Grand Prix. It's another win that has got away from us. We could arguably have 4 wins in a row now. We go to Baku next, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.